is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najah Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at your top stories of the day. We continue to follow new developments on the breaking news that we first brought you. Miami-Dade Police Director Freddy Ramirez is recovering in a Tampa hospital. It's one day after undergoing 2 surgeries for a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head. CBS News Miami's Terry Hornstein is at police headquarters in Doral with the very latest.
That God elect him. His bottom. Lift up and support our director.
Prayers for healing were heard by those who worked alongside Freddy Ramirez and those who've been touched by the Miami-Dade Police Director.
He's such an amazing human being. He's such a people's person.
He was there for all of us. We all have a very unique relationship with him and his team.
The news quickly spreading across South Florida Monday.
Director Ramirez suffered serious injuries, head injuries, and remains in critical but stable condition.
According to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, MDPD's top cop was in Tampa for a law enforcement conference when he got into an argument with his wife.
No arrests were made, and Director Ramirez left the hotel traveling on Interstate 75.
That's when Florida Highway Patrol says he pulled over, pulled out a gun, and shot himself in the head. His wife with him.
Everything about him is authentic and it's genuine, and you can read it. He kind of wears his emotions on his sleeve. We've all seen it.
Local lawmakers are also sharing the impact the director has had across Miami-Dade County.
You couldn't ask for a more respectful person, somebody that cares about others and wants to do a good job.
The shockwaves and heartbreak felt across the community. His South Florida family and law enforcement family hoping for his recovery.
Law enforcement is a demanding and stressful career and occupation, and Director Ramirez has dedicated nearly 30 years of his life to public service.
The police director is expected to survive his injuries. We reached out to several agencies for an update. We'll let you know what they have to say as soon as we hear back. And we want to remind you that if you or anyone you know are having thoughts about self-harm, help is available 24 hours a day, every day. Call or text the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988. You will immediately be connected to a trained crisis counselor. Again, that number is 988.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, more heat advisories are in effect for today, but there is some relief on the way. Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler joins us with the details. Cindy.
It has to come in the form of rain and clouds, and it looks like by Thursday we're going to see a real good chance for showers and thunderstorms, and that in turn will lower our temperatures just a bit. But until then, that heat advisory has now been extended until 8 o'clock tomorrow, so we're going to keep that going. Saharan dust is going to start to move out. We'll still have some tomorrow, but then it should be out of here. So without the dust, you got a lot of development for showers and storms. So our storm chances will be higher Thursday and Friday. And then next week, it looks like more of a typical summertime pattern with the southeasterly flow. We'll have these sea breeze fronts coming in, daytime heating, and that's where we're going to get our rain chances from. Temperature high today already was 95 degrees, just 1 degree shy of the record. Now it's down to 93. You go down to the Keys, Marathon sitting at 95 degrees, but it feels like it's at 110 there. Feels like 102 here in the Miami area. So again, the heat is on. We've got plenty of sunshine, but it's a hazy sunshine because of that dust. The sea breeze front, the East Coast sea breeze front is now coming inland, and it is touching off just a few showers and storms. We've got one going up here in Palm Beach County. This one looks like it's following the front, kind of sliding off to the south and west there. Could drop down into northern Broward County. We're going to keep an eye on that one. And then also here into Monroe County. We've got a cluster of storms making its way to the west. The flow is now pushing everything that direction, so that's what we're going to be watching for the next few hours. Our computer modeling does want to put on a few showers and storms. At 8 o'clock, a few more. Again, all this is going to be inland and off to the west side of the state. They die off overnight, but then look at this, because of this flow, this easterly flow, and we've got a little disturbance that's trying to ride north here out of the Florida Straits. We could see some showers and storms over the Keys, southern portion of Miami-Dade. This is tomorrow morning, And then in the afternoon, you might find a few more, but really that air is going to be dry again. So we're not going to see a lot of development. And Thursday, this is when widespread showers and thunderstorms are expected, and that'll keep our temperatures lower. And look at that massive rain that's coming in from the southeast. That's that little disturbance that wants to bring us some of that rain. So our rain chances will be up for a couple of days and then down as we head into the weekend. So tracking the tropics, becoming quite busy out here. We've got 3 of these little waves now. This one's dying off down here in the Caribbean. This one is going to bring some moisture into Florida as we head into Thursday. Really not expecting this to development, only a 20% chance. And another wave just coming off of Africa now. So this has got a long way to go. We'll watch it and track it, but that's going to be another possibility that the Hurricane Center is watching. Here's your forecast for the next few days. Look for temperatures a little bit lower. So there's some relief for you and a good chance for rain Thursday and Friday, backing off as we head into the weekend.
All right, thank you, Cindy. The Florida Supreme Court reprimanded former Judge Elizabeth Scherer. It's for her conduct during the Nicholas Cruz trial. The Supreme Court says Scherer showed bias against the defense. She also hugged members of the prosecution in the courtroom at the end of the case, sparking controversy. She retired from the bench at the end of last month. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was involved in a car crash. It happened while he was traveling to a campaign event in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The governor's press secretary says DeSantis was not hurt. It's unclear what caused the crash or if anyone else was hurt. President Joe Biden will sign a proclamation. It's to establish the Emmett Till National Monument at 3 sites. The black teenager's murder fueled the civil rights movement. CBS News Miami's Elise Preston spoke with people who fought years to make this a reality.
The memory of 14-year-old Emmett Till is imprinted on the banks of the Tallahatchie River.
This landscape holds memory of one of the most painful moments in American history.
Reverend Wheeler Parker Jr. has not forgotten the summer of 1955 when he traveled with his cousin Emmett from Chicago to visit relatives.
Was he excited to go to Mississippi? Was this his first time?
First, they told me he couldn't go. That didn't sit well at all.
The cousins went to the grocery store owned by Roy and Carolyn Bryant.
Miss Bryant comes out. And when she comes out, he whistles.
So as soon as he whistled, you knew?
We took off. We had to realize what it was like to hear that. This black boy whistled a white woman in 1955 in Mississippi. That's a death sentence.
Days later, armed, Roy Bryant and his brother, J.W. Milam, roused the family at their home.
They came to take him, and that's what they did.
Till's almost unrecognizable body was found in the river. The brothers were charged with murder, but found not guilty by an all-white jury. Till's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, held an open casket funeral at Roberts Temple in Chicago.
That act alone is said to be the catalyst for the civil rights movement.
Marvell Parker is married to Wheeler Parker. Their focus now is restoring the 100-year-old church building, which needs roughly $20 million. Back in Mississippi, the Tallahatchie County Courthouse, where the trial was held, is restored to what it looked like in 1955.
There was a battle here. There's a battle for the soul of this nation. And that day, we all lost.
Brent Leggs, who worked for this national monument designation, hopes it will bring attention to the estimated 5,000 additional black U.S. historic sites in need of $500 million for preservation.
It isn't for our nation to remain stuck in a painful past. It really is to challenge our nation to say that we can do better.
Elise Preston, CBS News.
When we come back, new information about a major staffing shortage with airlines. It's contributing to flight disruptions and could impact your next vacation. Stay with us. Welcome back. New information about a major staffing shortage that is contributing to flight disruptions. Tens of thousands of crucial positions are going unfilled, and that includes pilots, mechanics, and air traffic controllers, and we've learned it could take years to fix. CBS News investigative correspondent Stephen Stock asked the Transportation Secretary what he's going to do about it.
What's your office doing to address that issue? Well, we need to build a new generation of aviation workers. We see retirements, we see attrition at the same time that we see demand going up. We know that there's going to be more demand than ever for aviation workers. As a matter of fact, we just had the largest number of passengers ever recorded.
I just want you to look in your crystal ball. What would you tell consumers? Are we looking at 5 to 10 years before this all shakes out?
This is not something that's going to be worked out overnight. It took years to get this way.
So, Stephen, what about the airline's role in this?
Well, Naja, just this month, the Department of Transportation's Inspector General criticized the FAA for not doing enough to hire air traffic controllers. I did ask Secretary Buttigieg about the airlines. He said that some airlines are being unrealistic when they schedule their flights, knowing that there's a good chance they won't have the staff to actually fly them. We'll show you coming up in our report what he's doing about that. And we'll also show you, Naja, exactly what this shortage is doing there in the Miami-Broward County area and how it's impacting flights there. That's coming up in our special report.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. Looking forward to that information. You can catch Stephen's report, The Future of Flying, all new on CBS News Miami starting at 5 p.m. The power of CBS News and the CBS News Miami stream are always at your fingertips. We're on Pluto TV and it's all free. Or find us on your favorite streaming device with the CBS News app. Then click CBS News Miami. That's your Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami.